I am making an Ojama Armed Dragon deck profile. I'm mainly making this deck profile because I don't know what other deck to make a profile of, as the four I have the most interest in making profiles of are getting new support as of this recording on Friday in Maze of Millennia. So I figured go ahead and make this, and then once I get all the new stuff, I can make those four deck profiles. Those being Earthbound, which you may or may not be able to tell that I've been waiting, what was it, I think a little over 8 years for. And then there's also going to be Dark World, Dinosaur, and Battle and Boxer. But honestly, this is more of a fun deck than a competitive deck, as if you don't open 3 specific cards, then you just lose. Those being an Ojama Monster, Ojama Match, and Ojama Red. And ideally, your opening hand would be those 3, and then Ojama Simulation, and Fusion Tag. Which I'll go over what you do if you have all of those at the very end. But starting off with the monsters, I play 2 copies of each of the 3 Stooges, being Ojama Black, Yellow, and Green. These are just in here because you need them for comboing things to Ojama Magic. It'd be a lot better if Ojama Magic just said add 3 Ojama monsters with different names. It'd be a whole lot better if that's how it worked. Then I also play 2 copies of Ojama Red. Ojama Red just has the effect that when it's normal summoned, you can special summon as up to 4 Ojama monsters from your hand in attack position. This will be important, and I'll go over why once again at the end of the video. Next, I play 3 copies of Ojama Blue. Ojama Blue has the effect that once destroyed by battle, you can add 2 Ojama cards from your deck to your hand. Which, usually if you're going first and you don't have the 3 cards you need to do anything, you'll normally just try to set Ojama Blue and hope for the best. That's why this is more of a fun deck, because if you don't have those 3 cards in hand, you're going to lose. Sometimes you're going to lose even if you have those 3 cards, because hand traps. Then next I play 1 copy of X Head Cannon, 1 copy of White Dragon Head, and 1 copy of Z Metal Tank. Again, you're just playing these because you need them for the combo. Then I play 1 copy of Armed Dragon Thunder level 7, 1 copy of Armed Dragon level 10, and 1 copy of Armed Dragon Thunder level 10. Honestly, you don't have to play the level 10 monsters. You can get away with just playing the 1 Armed Dragon Thunder level 7. The only reason you're playing Armed Dragon Thunder level 7 is because of how its name becomes Armed Dragon level 7 while it's on the field or in grave. And then you can send it with another monster to the grave. Or you can send it and a monster from your hand to grave to summon Armed Dragon Thunder level 10, which is always treated as Armed Dragon level 10 while it's on the field or grave. And Armed Dragon level 10 is just in here for one of the one-of spells, which will actually be the first one. I only play them because I really like them. You don't have to play them, so you technically take out Armed Dragon Thunder, or both the level 10s and the spell card I'm going to go over soon, for 3 more cards of your choice. And then for hand traps, I play 3 copies of Droll and Lockbird, just because it's a really good hand trap. And against deck, there are decks in this format like Dark World that if you use this against them, they just lose. Then I also play 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, just because it is still a really good hand trap. As if your opponent will try to add a card from deck to hand, send a card from deck to grave, or summon from deck, Ash can say no. And that's it for the monsters. For these spells, I play 1 copy of Armed Dragon Blitz. This just lets you target an Armed Dragon monster you control to summon another Armed Dragon monster from your deck that has the same name and level. Or summon an Armed Dragon from the deck that has the same level as that monster, ignoring its summoning conditions. However, it cannot attack directly the turn it's summoned. So you'll use this on targeting Armed Dragon Thunder level 10 to summon Armed Dragon level 10. Next, I play 1 copy of Called by the Grave. This just lets you target any hand traps Or you also target an effect monster in your opponent's graveyard, banish it, and then monsters with that card's name cannot activate their effects, and their effects are negated. Usually used to negate a hand trap, but you can also use it on things like if your opponent activates Destiny Hero, Destroyer, Phoenix Enforcer, this can get rid of it. It has to target an effect monster. Which one of my friends realized because he tried to use it targeting Red Eye's Black Dragon so that he can negate Red Eye's Dark Dragoon's effects, since Red Eye's Fusion makes it become Red Eye's Black Dragon. That's when he realized it has to target an effect monster. And then I also play the 1 copy of Running Cut Magic Numeron Force. This is another card that can come out. I'm just playing it because I had 1 extra spot and figured I might as well play a funny card. Which I'll go over that funny card when I get to the extra deck. Then I play 3 copies of Ojama Magic. Ojama Magic just has the effect that when sent from hand or field to grave, you can then add Ojama Black, Yellow, and Green. However, you can only, there's one of those 3 you can't add, you cannot use its effect at all. Which is why you always want those in your deck. Which, Ojama Match and the next card have grave effects to help with that. Ojama Match has the effect where you can send an Ojama card from your hand or face up field to grave, to then be able to add an Armed Dragon and an Ojama monster from your deck to your hand, and then you can immediately normal summon one of those monsters. And then this card and the next card both share the same grave effect. If you can banish it, target 3 your banished Ojama monsters, shuffle them into the deck, and if you do, draw 1 card. Which I also play 3 copies of Ojama Assimilation. This will let you reveal a Light Machine Fusion monster in your extra deck, to then be able to special summon, or you reveal a Light Machine Fusion monster, banish Ojama monsters from your hand, face up field, or graveyard for each of the materials, and then special summon that many monsters that are mentioned on that monster from your deck. So usually you'll reveal XYZ Dragon Cannon, banish 3 Ojamas, and then special summon X Head Cannon, Y Dragon Head, and Z Metal Tank. And then just like Ojama Match, this has the same grave effect of banish it, target 3 of your banished Ojama monsters, shuffle them into the deck, and draw a card. Then I play 3 copies of Fusion Tag. This lets you target and affect one monster you control, reveal a monster from your extra deck, and that monster's name becomes the revealed monster until the end of the turn. Which, I'll explain why you want Fusion Tag at the end of the video. Then finally, I play 2 copies of Ojama Pajama. This card has the effect that during either player's main phase, you can add an Ojama card from your deck to your hand, and then discard a card. So what you normally do with this is add Ojama Magic, then discard Ojama Magic, to then add the 3 Stooges. And then it has 2 other effects, where if an Armed Dragon or Light Machine Fusion monster be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish an Ojama monster from your hand, face up field, or graveyard instead. And then if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon as many of your banished Ojama monsters as possible. And that's it for the main deck. This is a 40-card main deck, so... But the main deck is 40 cards, and then, like I said, there's technically 4 extra spots. I was just using the Rank Up Magic card, Armed Dragon Blitz, and the 2 level 10 Armed Dragons. And then for the extra deck, I play 1 copy of Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess. This is just in here because I had an extra spot, so I figured I'd try it out. And Appaloosa just requires 2+ monsters with different names, except for tokens. Which I figured this will be decent if you have a bunch of Ojamas in your hand and Ojama Red, as you can normal summon Red. Summon at least 3 more Ojamas with different names, and then summon a 4 material Appaloosa. Then I play 3 copies of Staryuja Skuldred. I play 3 of this because when the deck isn't interrupted, you can potentially go through all 3 of them in one turn, which I think is hilarious. But Staryuja has 3 effects depending on how many different monsters were used to make it. Where if you use 2 or more, then any monster summoned to a zone it points to gains 300 attack. 3 or more, you can special summon a monster from your hand. And then 4, you get to draw 4 cards, and then put 3 cards in your hand at the bottom of the deck and in the order. Then I play one copy of VW Tiger Catapult, one copy of XYZ Dragon Cannon, and one copy of VW XYZ Dragon Catapult Cannon. These are in here because they are materials for the deck's boss monster, which is the one Armed Dragon Catapult Cannon. This one's just in here for a fusion tag. This one you can actually summon and just discard ojama cards to destroy your opponent's board. And then this one just lets you target one card your opponent controls and banish it, which I actually really like, as I was actually able to use that to beat a Dark World deck when they made their usual thing of Griffin and Muckraker, but I was able to get a Link monster in play, which was, I believe, Starusha Skull Dread. And then I was just summoned this as Skull Dread Zone, and then banished the Griffin, and then it wasn't an issue anymore. But anyway, Armed Dragon Catapult Cannon, in order to be summoned, you have to banish an Armed Dragon level 7 and a VW XYZ Dragon Catapult Cannon that were summoned. But it's worth it with its effect of... It has the effect that your opponent cannot activate cards or effects of the same name as a banished card. So if there's a banished Ash, then your opponent's not allowed to use Ash at all. Or against one of my friends when I last used this monster against them, they just had all of their important engine pieces banished. So they just, like, Alistair was banished, Invocation was banished, the starter of the Wind Witch was banished. It was all his important engine pieces were banished, so he just could not do anything. And then its last effect, you can banish a monster from your hand, extra deck, or deck, to then be able to banish your opponent's entire field and grave, which that's the main thing that makes me think, if this card is being summoned, you are winning, which I absolutely love. And then for the extra deck, the rest of this, I just used a bunch of rank 2s because Ojamas are level 2s. I play 2 copies of number 96, Dark Mist. This just has the effect that, once per battle, during either player's turn, when an attack is declared involving this card, you can detach material to steal half of the opposing monster's attack. Which, I absolutely love that because your opponent tries to attack it 3 times. You can use that effect 3 times and just keep stealing attack. Don't know why your opponent would do that when they're going to be weaker each time. But this was the original monster that could just steal half the attack. As Dark Rebellion is just a better one because it's a rank 4. Then I play 1 copy number 64, Ronin Raccoon Sendayu. Sendayu has the effect of once per turn you can detach a token. You can detach a material, summon a raccoon token, and that raccoon token is a... level 2 Earth Beast that has attack and defense equal to the monster that has the highest attack on the field. And then while there's a token in play, Ronin Raccoon Sendayu cannot be, targeted or destroyed by card effects or attacks. While you control another beast monster, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Okay, that's it. I just like it because you can use it to summon a token, have a token crash into the opponent's monster, and then attack directly. And then I play 1 copy of Sky Cavalry Centuria. Centuria is in this deck because it can't be destroyed by battle while it has material. And then at the end of the damage step, if this card battled an opponent's monster, you can detach material to return that card to the hand. One thing I like doing with this is returning things like Lava Golem or Kaijus, which is actually really funny. But those are in the side in case anyone was wondering. Then I play 1 copy of number 29, Mannequin Cat. Mannequin Cat's only in here because I honestly thought it was a decent monster, and it's a rank 2, so I figured why not. Anyway, its effect is once per turn you can detach 1 material from it to then target 1 monster to your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to your opponent's field. And then if a monster or monsters is special summoned to your opponent's field while you control this monster, except during the damage step, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, special summon 1 monster with the same type or attribute from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can only use this effect once per turn, which one thing one of my friends used to do with it would be Well, I think Sprites actually used it a bunch because they would target an opponent's Dark Monster, summon it from their graveyard, and then use it to summon Sprite Blue. I think Sprite Blue was a Dark Monster. But you can just use this to manipulate the monsters you can get to the field. Then I play one copy of number 45, Crumbled Logos, the Prophet of Destruction. Or Demolition, I mean. Crumbled Logos has the effect you can touch material to then target one other face-up card in the field. And then while this monster is face up on the field, the target has its effects negated. Well, okay, I don't know why I am just butchering this. Detach material, target a face up card, negates effects while it's in play, and then negates effects while Crumbled Logos and the targeted card are in play. I hardly ever summon Crumbled Logos. All of these, except for like Mannequin Cat and Raccoon, could easily be taken out for other things. And the last card I play, just for fun, is the one copy of Chaos number 96, Dark Storm. Dark Storm cannot be destroyed by battle, and then if it has number 96, Dark Mist as material, then it gains the following effect, where once per battle, when an attack is declared involving this card, you can detach material, steal all of the opposing monster's attack. And that is it for my Ojama Armed Dragon deck profile. If you have any... And I started to do the outro. And now for the combo, which... Ideally, your hand would be something like this. You'd have to draw under one of those. Then literally any Ojama monster. But you would want one of these, and then... Or you'd want... No, this works. This is the hand you would want, because you will activate Ojama, discarding your Ojama. Almost messed it up. I apologize for screwing this up. But you discard Ojama, you're going to add Ojama Red and Armed Dragon Thunder level 7. And then, due to Ojama's effect, you will then immediately normal summon Red, where you will go Chain 1, Ojama Red, Chain 2, Ojama. Ojama will let you add Ojama Green, Yellow, and Black from your deck to your hand. And then you get to special summon Black, Yellow, Green, and Blue. And then you'll use 4 of them to make Staryuja Skull Dread. Don't know why I start going through the main deck. Where you'll then use Skull Dread to draw 4, put 3 back. Which, ideally, if you didn't have either of these two, you'd be trying to get to these. And then you'll use Skull Dread's effect to special summon Armed Dragon Thunder level 7. Ojama Simulation will reveal XYZ Dragon Cannon, banish Yellow, Black, and Green. And then you'll special summon X-Head Cannon, Y Dragon Head, and Z Metal Tank. One other thing I should probably go ahead and point out is this deck does seem to lose to any, or almost any hand trap. Like, Nibiru is a big one, as you saw, just by playing the Ojama Red's effect, you're already in range of Nibiru. But then you get to summon these 3, banish them, which at any point, though, you can also use a simulation or match to put these 3 back in the deck and draw another card. But you'll banish those to summon your XYZ Dragon Cannon. Then you'll use Fusion Tag, targeting Ojama Blue, revealing your VW Tiger Catapult. So now its name becomes Tiger Catapult. And then if you're going second, you would try using XYZ Dragon Cannon to destroy a couple of your opponent's cards. Then you will banish your VW Tiger Catapult and XYZ Dragon Cannon to special summon your VW XYZ Dragon Catapult Cannon. And then you can banish these 2 to summon your Armed Dragon Catapult Cannon. Normally, though, what I would do is, before doing that, is discarding a monster with 7's effect. to special summon the Armed Dragon Thunder level 10. Just gonna move these here so you can see even better. Because at this point, if you also have your Armed Dragon Blitz, you can activate it, targeting level 10 to special summon the other level 10 Armed Dragon. So as you can see, as long as you don't get hand trapped at this point, then you can... Because if your opponent has a Nibiru, but they for some reason wait till this is in play, you can't be Nibiru'd. Oh no, you can. I'm dumb. It only affects Field and Grave. You can still be Nibiru'd at any point during this, which is the main downside. So forget what I just said about you can't be Nibiru'd after this, because I forgot how Nibiru works for a split second. My brain stopped working. But like I said, this is just the 2-card combo that loses to Ash, Droll, Bell, Ogre. Yeah, pretty much any hand trap will stop this deck, but again, I think it's a really fun deck. It just needs a bit more things to make it a bit more viable, I guess would be the correct word. But overall, it's still an enjoyable deck. I really like it, and I figured I'd go ahead and make the video of it since I have it together. And thank you for watching. If you have any ideas what I can do to improve the deck, and ideas decks like to see be made in the future, or your decks like to see face each other, like one of my friends wants me to do Red Dragon Bestial versus Earthbound. I say Red Dragon Bestial, but he wants it to be like a pure Red Dragon Archfiend deck without any of the Bestials, and I still think he's crazy about that. But anyway, like I said, if you want to see decks face each other, decks be made in the future, or any ideas for improvement, comment below. I read all the comments, and thank you so much for watching.